Hey, welcome back to another episode of Staceyosity, the podcast, where we get into the tough stuff and how we're getting through it. Whether it's life, personal, business, work, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, let's talk about it here. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the tough stuff recently has been particularly thick. And what I mean by that is, since if you watched my first episode, you'll know that I got laid off recently, and I'm trying to seize this as an opportunity to get into living the life of an entrepreneur. And I'm definitely still wanting to do that. I'm definitely still working towards that goal. But the past week, maybe a week and a half, it has been particularly tough for me mentally, I would say. I shut down first partially and then probably a good 90% shut down last week, a couple of days. So it's not been easy. It's been a little bit of some dark moments here and there, and not crazy dark, but it's definitely been tough. It's not something that I wanted to talk about. That's why I didn't hit record for this episode for quite a while. And I've been slowly trying to pull myself back and, remember what I'm trying to do and why I'm trying to do this. And it's been tough. It's been like pulling a 1,000-pound weight up to try to keep going. And there was something that when I was talking to my best friend, she had mentioned one thing that always helped me, and one thing I did find some consistency in was self care. And self care has been the light for me. It has been the lighted, bright, hopeful thing. It's been the one thing that has kept me strong. It's kept me focused. And anytime that I've ever been on the path of my own personal success, it's been a consistent, or at least mostly consistent, self-care, practices for me, whether it's something small like even a shower, or um skincare, taking a moment to sit outside and just breathe and take a moment and pause to myself. There's a lot of small things that really contribute to self care that we probably don't realize. I noticed that one thing I have been doing lately is ignoring my own thoughts. I have done everything. I've distracted myself with so many things to just, you know, not not pause, not take any moments to myself and sit with my own thoughts. Anything from, good things where I'm, focusing to help my son with his school, and trying to clean, or, binge watching on Netflix. We've all been there, I'm sure. Um, but I realize that it's not serving me, and I need to take moments. I don't need to stop everything to a screeching halt and be, very black and white with things, and stop the Netflix, and stop, helping my son and cleaning and all these things. But you also have to take a moment and breathe and sit with your thoughts, no matter how difficult they may be. That's something that I struggled to get back to, um, this past week. And I'm grateful that I did. I'm grateful to everything and everyone who's contributed to me getting to that point. And I'm still not at the other side, but I'm definitely feeling stronger. I'm feeling strength, and I'm going back to doing the things that really helped me before, and I'm trying to learn consistency. Consistency is something that I have struggled with my entire life. It's something that I know is so, so needed on this journey, and I know that I'm not going to be perfect with it, and I think that's a lot of why I've gone inconsistent before, because I'm very hard on myself. I don't want to feel any type of failure, which I'm trying to get comfortable with this, getting comfortable with failure and getting comfortable with maybe it's not failure, seeing failure as something that is a stepping stone to success. Failure is just, it's a numbers game. You fail 10 times or 100 times, and then right when you get past that moment, there's a beautiful side on the other end of this. So, anyways, consistency is definitely something that I'm working on, and self-care with that is gonna be, let's see, writing is something that I picked up again. I'm trying to put all my thoughts on paper, whether they're good or bad. I'm just kind of dumping them on paper, journaling. I'll probably better organize that, but every time I have thoughts that are not serving me, or if I have a heavy mind, I'm putting it all on paper, or I'm talking it out. I'll hit record, and that's one of the main things that helps me is writing. Writing has been a godsend for me for a long time. It has helped me get things out, organize, and realize what it is that I want to do. And, another thing that I started doing, which was actually before writing, my very first little baby step was waking up and not eating junk. I woke up this weekend and I ate a little bit healthier and I added more nutrients into my diet little by little. Not everything was perfect, of course, but I'm starting. It was a start, and it was a stepping stone for me to start writing, for me to start more affirmations and positive self-talk. Um, the commentary that goes on in my head is something that I've noticed really I need to pay attention to, because when I'm talking down to myself, it's not going to work. It's not serving me. So I'm trying to catch that every single time as much as possible and turn that into first affirmations, finding and grabbing anything I can think of that's positive, and then I start to turn that conversation in my head. So, and it's not easy. I'm not saying any of this is easy. This is a really tough episode for me because I'm still in it. I'm still in the thick. I'm definitely, burrowing my way out of this. And burrowing is probably not the best word, but you know what I mean. So, self care can come in many, many forms for all of us. We're all very different, and whatever self care means to you is just going to be anything positive, anything helpful towards the life that you want to live. Um, that's the best thing I can say with that. And it's really the only thing that's gotten me out of, fear, a fear based mindset. I definitely am guilty of letting fear in these past couple weeks, and it's kind of drowned me a little bit. It's definitely, put me under, but I'm not going to allow it to happen anymore. And I feel a huge weight starting to lift off of me, even as I'm talking right now. Um, Little steps, small steps, finding my inner strength with all these self care things. I'm trying to write in a gratitude journal, journaling, and doing skincare. Creating a regimen in the mornings just to kind of get me on a accomplished path. I've noticed that little accomplishments are important, especially in the beginning of the day. Anything you can accomplish, whether it's doing the dishes or, taking a shower and getting ready early or on time, uh, taking a moment to read a book or fill out a form, that you've been putting off. These are accomplishments, and they can be very small or they can be bigger. It's just any type of accomplishment when I'm feeling down is something that I'm trying to practice again. Um, and catch when I'm feeling down, or if I'm feeling fearful, or if I'm feeling anxiety or stress coming up. Accomplishments, small accomplishments turn into big accomplishments. So keeping myself on this track is important, and all the self-care, the positive self-talk, the small accomplishments are all things that are going to help get me there. I know that because I've done it before. I've done a big uh, leap what was it, a year ago, a little over a year ago now, where I picked up my life and I moved across the country and I bought up my first house. That was a big deal. And it's really interesting the path that I've taken since then. I've definitely relaxed. I have sat with myself in being, I don't want to say lazy, but definitely I've been trying to unwind from years of all this, trauma and anxiety and survival mode that I've kind of talked about a little bit before. I'm still trying to relax and enjoy, being comfortable for the first time in years, maybe ever, as comfortable as I am now. And it feels like a security blanket. And I know that if I sit in comfort for too long, I have to be a little bit uncomfortable in order to achieve my goals. I still have goals. I still have places I need to go. I have things I want to do, and I can't sit in complete comfort in order to reach those. And even when I bought this house, I did it intentionally, the house that I chose, so that I'd be comfortable, but not too comfortable, so that I would grow. Um, I made all these decisions then, knowing full well my history, so and how I kind of react to things, but I could never predict how I would react. This whole last year after making this big change, it's definitely been a lot more mentally. Um, I don't want to say draining, but it has been draining mentally, but it's also just taken a lot. Um, it's also been a roller coaster of emotions and thoughts and new fears that I could have never predicted. So anything new is always going to be difficult, but it's so worth it because now things are starting to take a turn and I'm seeing amazing opportunities come my way and my son's way. And um, I'm meeting great people who I'm starting to build a sense of community with. So there's a lot of things that I really wanted when I started this journey moving over here that are starting to come to life. They're starting to wake up and they're starting to, you know, become a thing. And I'm realizing, wait a minute, I haven't accomplished everything that I wanted to do when I moved out here. It's not all full. It's not 100%. And I am just getting started. Whereas I thought, oh, I made it. Here I am. I'm good. I can chill. But no, that's not the case. I came out here because I wanted to start getting opportunities for myself and to start getting opportunities for my son and continue those. So it's beginning. And this story has only just begun. There's definitely, you know, speed bumps along the way, but that's all I'm going to make them because we got to get on the road to um, my goals and the life that I want to live. So, with that, I just want to say that every day I'm trying to do better. Every day I'm trying to do better than yesterday. I'm not trying to do better than, a year ago or 5 years ago. I'm trying to just do better than yesterday because we have ebbs and flows in life and we're going to be on top of the world sometimes and other times we're going to be, down and feeling low. But all we can do, and all I'm trying to do at least, is make small steps to do better in order to become better each day and get myself back on the path of where I want to go. So, self care and small accomplishments. That's really my takeaway from this. This is what I'm going to continue to do. And we'll see where I end up. Let me try to get another episode in this week or within a week at least. And we'll see where I'm at. I'll try to continue to implement these things and we'll see, if my tone has changed, if things have come my way, we'll see what happens. It's kind of an experiment for me because I haven't done this in a long time. I've been sitting in this comfort for a while and I haven't really, revved up to get going and get that hustle back. So, trying to get that hustle this week and let's see what happens. All right. Stay tuned.